Hi, FarmCon.
Hello.
Great to see you here.
Yeah, good to see you as well.
Yeah. And hi, everybody. I'm sure you know FarmCon already. If not, FarmCon has a very awesome YouTube channel with FarmSim content.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I watch a lot of videos from FarmCon. And we already met at FarmCon.
Yep.
I think this is the third time.
This is the third time, yeah. This is the third time we've seen each other. So we've known each other, because it was FarmCon in Mannheim, right?
Yeah,
the John
that
Deere.
was the
the
first
John Deere
one.
Forum. Yep.
Yeah.
That was the first time I had come over for a farming simulator event. And that was the first time I had met you.
Yeah,
it was great.
And you always have a long journey to come to FarmCon.
Yes. So as many of you guys know, I am from the United States. I'm from Washington State, not Washington, D.C., so I'm all the way on the west coast of the United States. So for me to get over to FarmCon or to get over to Europe in general, it's usually 24 to 30 hours. And this year was about 27 or 28. So it takes a while for me to get over here, but it's usually worth it.
Quite a journey.
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah, and your channel is called Farmer Cop.
Yes.
And that means you are a real cop?
Yes. So I mentioned it on my channel, and a lot of people won't necessarily connect the dots. But so my channel is called Farmer Cop. Well, the farmer part's obvious because the only game I play on my channel is Farming Simulator. And the cop part is true. I'm a full-time police officer in the United States. I work in Washington State for a city. I usually don't give out the name of the city that I work for, but that's what I'll tell people is I work full-time as a police officer. So in addition to making YouTube videos, I work at least 40 hours a week, usually more, doing that. So, yeah.
Wow, that's quite a lot of work.
Yes, I think between YouTube and being a police officer, I work about 60 to 70 hours a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not much time for private stuff.
No, not much time for relaxation even, or barely enough time for sleep, it feels like.
Wow.
But
you have a lot of success.
Yeah.
As far as I remember, you started your channel in the beginning of 2020.
Yes.
When the pandemic was rather new, and then I saw you playing No Man's Land.
Yes.
With 100 subscribers.
Yep,
still.
that
Very
sounds
small.
about right. Yep.
Yeah, and then your channel just blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know why. Because you make fantastic content.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and tell us how you came to play Farming Simulator and how you got the idea to make a channel.
Yeah, so kind of interesting story for me. So as I just mentioned, me being a police officer full-time, before the pandemic hit, I used to work a lot of overtime shifts, and that's how I'd earn extra money. So I would work probably 50 to 60 hours a week doing that. So I'd work 10 to 20 hours of overtime a week. And then when the pandemic hit, they moved us on to 12-hour shifts. And the reason for that being is so that we worked with the same people every shift. And then I had 4-day weekends every week. So I'd work 4 12-hour shifts, then I'd have 4 days off, and I was working night shift. So when I was off, I would keep my same schedule. So I was up all night. And all I would do while I was up all night is play my favorite video game, which was Farming Simulator. So being up all night playing Farming Simulator constantly, I was like, well, it was just kind of quiet. It was just me playing it. So I had a 2-monitor setup at the time. And so I just started looking into I was like, well, maybe I can watch someone else on YouTube do it and learn more about the game. And the first kind of channel I came across was Mr. Silly P.
Oh,
and so
I
started watching him do it. And I was like, he's having a blast doing YouTube videos, and it would just be me playing on one screen and Mr. Silly P on the other screen, and I'd be watching him while I played all night, just for several days straight, because I didn't have anything else to do because there was no overtime shifts available anymore. So with that going on, I was like, I wonder if I would enjoy doing that and making content. So I decided, all right, well, I'll try it out. I had no plans to gain any subscribers or do anything. I just wanted to just have some fun with it and make some videos. So I started making some videos and uploading them. And for the longest time, I mean, probably until I had several thousand subscribers, I didn't know anyone else outside of Mr. Silly P, really. And I slowly kind of branched out from there. But just seeing what Mr. Silly P did and him having fun doing it, I decided to start my channel. And No Man's Land is pretty much the first series that I did on Farming Simulator. And that was back on Farming Simulator 19. And like you said,
it was 19.
And I've done one again on 22 as well since then. But I started my channel in March of 2020. Yeah, March of 2020.
And I first watched you at March 2020, and you already had 100 subscribers. So that it was very fast from the beginning, and so I immediately subscribed to your channel because I was playing No Man's Land at the same time,
Yeah.
and I was enjoying it a lot, and I was enjoying your content, and and that's why I know why you have this success, because it's such a lot of fun.
That makes sense.
To watch your videos.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it. It's been, I never would have thought that I never thought that I would be in Germany for the third year in a row at a farming simulator event. Never would have guessed that happened. So it's been kind of a wild ride and been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so. You're not only in Germany at FarmCon, but you're also in Great Britain at Lama and at PAX East and everything like that. Yeah,
so since we've been, FarmCon in Germany, 3 years ago? No, 2 years ago at Mannheim, Germany. That was 2 years ago, right? 1, 2? Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 2 years ago.
Yep, it seems like it's been longer. But since then, that was where I kind of met DJ Goham, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of who he is. And we became really good friends, so we started traveling to a lot of events together, because it's not really fun to travel long distances alone. So I would usually travel across the U.S. to North Carolina, where DJ is, and then we would do the second half of the journey together. So I started traveling with DJ, and then we kind of really enjoyed doing events, and then meeting people from the community like Tana, and there's Ogsy, Mr. Silly P, Virtual Farmer, the FarmSim guy, meeting all these guys and hanging out with them. We started to get to know them, and so now kind of one of the things we love doing is we love to travel, we love to go to the events, we love to see you guys when you guys come to events, and we love to see everyone that's involved in the community, and that's kind of a big deal for us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And since we've been doing events, we've just been adding more and more. Like you said, it seems like I think next year we'll end up going to 6 or 7. So it'll be quite a bit. Yeah,
that's quite a lot.
Yeah, a lot of traveling for sure.
A lot of traveling.
But we do enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's great that you find a traveling companion in DJ Goham, and I already heard you made some fun in his house last year.
Yes. Yeah, so when I would travel too, I would try to stop at his house, and we'd get a rest for a little bit before we would travel. And so a couple times I've been there without him knowing until after the fact. I've done a couple of studio tours of his of his studio without him being aware of what was going on, which has been really fun to do.
Yeah. And what I also see a lot in your channel is very good tutorial videos. I have the feeling you like to do tutorial videos.
Yeah, so I do really enjoy doing the tutorial videos.
So do you have a background with tutorial making or such?
So I don't really necessarily say I have a background in like tutorial making. When I started doing it for Farming Simulator, my goal was always when I started doing it for Farming Simulator 19, if I wanted to do a tutorial video on a specific topic, I would go watch what everyone else had done. I'd watch all their videos, get all the information they had, and I noticed that like each of them would usually miss something somewhere.
Yeah.
And so what I would do is take all the pieces that people were missing and all the main portion of the information, and I put it together, and I would take out any like fluff or any extra. So I try to make really condensed tutorial videos that had all the information that you needed in as quick of a fashion as possible. Now, obviously, when Farming Simulator 22 came out, I didn't have the luxury of going and watching everyone else's videos.
Sure.
So I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there where I've missed a piece or two here. But I haven't done any tutorials before that. But from my police perspective, I'm an instructor, so I'll teach police cadets.
Yeah,
so I try to give them the information and as good of as much good information as possible without taking up a bunch of extra time. So I do have a background a little bit in a little bit of teaching, not as much as like Mr. Silly P or like an actual teacher out there, but I do teach a little bit, and I still teach a little bit at my department, and I teach other officers.
That might have helped, but when I see your tutorials, I always think they are so well done. And I myself, I'm very much into tutorials, and that's why I'm interested in how other people make it. And so I appreciate a lot how you do them. And I was always asking me, what is your background? For me, I wrote books about software already a long time ago, and I was teaching software and stuff. And so this is my background. And Yeah, but teaching the other police guys might have helped, and
Yeah.
I guess you are a natural talented for this.
That
Because
may
they're
be.
really, really good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I try to make them as good as possible, and they're the only videos I make that I do research beforehand, and I script them out to make sure I don't miss anything or miss as little as possible. But yeah.
Yeah. And after FarmCon, are you just heading back home, or do you have other plans?
No, so after FarmCon, DJ and I are going to head to the United Kingdom, where we're going to be in England and just outside of London, where, if you guys don't know, Mr. Silly P lives just outside of London. So we're going to be visiting him and his family for a couple of days.
This is awesome.
Yeah, so we're excited for that. We are going to go see the Mr. Silly P Man Cave and do a tour of it, so we're very excited about that. Because DJ Goham and I are both, we fanboy over Mr. Silly P a lot. And then after that, we are heading to Scotland. We're going to go to Edinburgh, where we're going to hang out with the FarmSim guy and Argsy for a little bit. And then after that, we're going to head back home. But yeah, so we're still got 2 more stops.
Yeah.
But should be good.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, so then I wish you a lot of fun at the FarmCon. That hasn't yet started for us.
Yeah, that's true. It has not yet.
Yeah. But
I'm
when
glad
you
we're doing
see
this now, too,
video,
before.
It will be after the FarmCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for you, I wish you a lot of fun. And
Thank you.
we will see each other the days a lot, I hope.
Yep, I hope so, too.
Yeah, and then after this, I wish you a lot of fun in England and Scotland and with the other awesome guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for taking your time.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
This interview.
And you guys out there watching, I will say this as well. Make sure you guys are watching everything that Omatana posts on Gamer Granny Tana, or if you're in the German community, obviously, your other channel. I don't watch the German channel. All makes sense.
You should.
I wouldn't understand it. But I will say that there's not very many channels that I watch most or all of the content on, and yours is one of them. So I really enjoy what you do, and it's fun to see your progress on mods, or your progress on mapping, or your progress on the new game that you're developing, Tulundia. It's fun to see kind of your aspect of it and your perspective of it, so I really enjoy that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of success still with your channel.
Thank you. And you as well.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.